Explorer families. This is Dr. Ike, the executive director of our Westlake Charter School.
And I'm Lila McIver, your principal over at Westlake Charter High School.
And I'm Jessica Block, the assistant principal on our K-8 campus.
And I'm Felix Flores, your WAVE president.
And we are your Westlake Weekly podcast team, where we take a pause once a month and riff through all the items that kind of eventually make their way into our Westlake Weekly newsletter. We will be going through today's podcast as we do each month. We're rocking a little core value celebration, talking about what's good at campus, on campus, off campus, all around campus. We'll be talking about upcoming dates, and we end in the show with ways to get involved with WAVE. That's why we have our amazing WAVE president, Felix Flores, here. Hey team, let's just dive right in and do what we do. Anybody got a celebration? They want to be the first one on the pod to jump forward with a celebration? Going once? Going twice? McIver, you're smiling, so I'm calling on you, man. What do you got over there at the high school?
I will do it. We are just in preparation mode right now for our very first graduation, June 3rd. And I got to spend some time recently meeting with our students who are graduating with highest honors here at the high school. So highest honors, these are a set of students who are graduating with an unweighted 4.0, which means that they have received an A in every single class that they have taken here at Westlake Charter High School. And they're a small but incredible crew, and they all had great academic achievement. But I got to sit with them today to talk about speaking opportunities at graduation and also our awards ceremony. And they were so thoughtful and inclusive about who we recognize and recognizing lots of different students and their contributions here at Westlake Charter High School. And I mean, I loved them before, but I love them even more every time I get to sit and pick their brains and get their input.
What an amazing group of leaders, man. Not only leaders at our school and on our campus, but like legit future leaders of America. I look at that group of students and I go, okay, we'll all be working for you someday. They are amazing. McIver, not to call you on the spot, but I did walk into Coffee Talk and saw the slide where it listed all of the colleges that our seniors have been accepted to. Is there a number? Do you have a number in the back of your brain? There was a lot of colleges on that slide. Do you know how many colleges we've been accepted to?
There are so many. I've got to get the exact number, but it also keeps growing, which is now we're in commitment mode. So students are saying, this is where I'm going. And then they'll be like, but I got into these 6 others. So it's just like growing, but now we're like kind of in commitment mode. So I don't have the number off the top of my head.
I didn't know if there was a number that was rattling around. I thought I heard someone rolling off of a screen at one point. But yeah, man, what a cool time at the high school. We are in countdown mode. I don't know how many days it is, but we are counting down to our first graduation. Who's got the next celebration? Felix, you want it? Block, you want it?
I can go.
Yeah, take it, Blocky Block. What do you got, man?
We launched our new blue ticket campaign where we're kind of, showing the Westlake way around campus, kind of coming back to our beginning of the year. And students get to choose the prize that they're all collectively working towards. And so one of our kindergarten classes won it, and they wanted the prize of the treat trolley. And let me tell you, when I roll into that room with a cart full of chips and snacks and things, they're like, they were just so excited to have a special snack that they were like, we were being safe and we were being kind and all the things we're kind of reminding them to do, but they just love that treat trolley and come all around campus.
Was that the trolley that was in your office today that might be short one set of cookies since I visited it recently? That was the treat trolley?
What?
I thought that was for staff. I owe you one bag of animal cracker cookies. Felix, you want to celebrate for us, brother?
Yeah, I think what I'll do is just have a personal celebration. We took the opportunity this spring break to kind of have a little reset, family-wise, and got a chance to have the kids hang out with their grandmother. Krista Ray and I went to Cabo, and we had a really good discussion of kind of like where we see our kids going in the next few years. And I was just going to encourage the celebration of just like having those moments as parents to kind of just talk about the future instead of that day to day, like what are we doing in our schedule, was really healthy for us. And so we came back from spring break just refreshed and like, okay, we're going to end the school year strong. We know what we're doing for summer. A few parents, some on this call got a text of like, what are we doing for summer? Like, all right, what are we thinking about? And so, I just to say I had a personal celebration of just having a good reset during the spring break.
Yeah, that is gold. That is gold, right? That's what spring break's for. Hey, I'll just celebrate. I know it's not a super popular celebration, but like standardized testing is what it is. Like, oh, we got to take this state test to measure ourselves academically against other institutions around the state. But I guess my celebration is like for the organizational team that puts this together. If you've run any type of organization, whether it's a grocery store or a Fortune 500, whatever it is you do out there in the podcastosphere, if you run an organization, you know how complex your work is. I'm telling you, like, it is a complex organizational feat to get hundreds of students to log in the proper manner, under the proper conditions, in the proper time frame to produce their best academic, outcomes on a standardized test. So shout out to the assistant principals and the principals and the directors and the teachers and the students themselves, who all just kind of orchestrate this this thing that looks nothing like school, that is supposed to measure how we're doing in school. Because if you walk through Westlake Charter School on any given day, you very rarely see us sitting in straight rows, facing forward on a computer. That's not how we learn, but it is this once-a-year opportunity that we are engaged in through the state. And so to the whole team that makes it happen, kudos to you. I think it's a measure of a good organization that can pull something like that off the way that we do. Let's go from Block. What do you got, man?
I was going to say, our kindergarten, first, and second grade students get involved because they make these door decorations to encourage our older students. So if you walk around campus, you'll see one class made personalized basketball jerseys for all the kids in the class, and they're really encouraging their peers to do their best. And it's a nice little way that we make that connection. I saw some notes even made their way up to the high school.
I love it. That's right. I did see the door decorations and remembered, that's right. That's K1, 2, who don't have to test. We start testing in third grade for the state of California, so they get to play along. I love it. Well, hey, let's pivot out of celebrations, and I'm going to just take a quick moment and celebrate 20 years of joyful learning. I know in a couple of our episodes here, we've kind of cut out to the man of the street and done an interview, but I just want to take a moment and celebrate the journey of this year. As MacGyver said, we're kind of closing on the end of the year, and we've been celebrating 20 years of joyful learning all year this year. I want to kind of shout out the team that got involved at the Fall Festival, the team that got involved with the postcard campaign, the team that got involved with creating the unveiling of the plaque that's out there in the garden by second grade, celebrating our founding families who started this school. All throughout this year, we've had these little drip opportunities to celebrate 20 years of joyful learning. We've had some great interviews, but at the International Festival, just this last month, we unveiled a time capsule, and every student who took the opportunity to decorate this postcard and write themselves a little note. Every one of those students, their postcard was inside that time capsule. It was at the International Festival. They're all pre-stamped with a forever stamp and pre-addressed. And so at a future date, we believe it's 10 or 20 years out, we're going to uncork that time capsule, hopefully once the high school campus is built, and send it out from us to all of our students who had the opportunity to be part of that this year. I just want to shout out the team who's been orchestrating that. I know Block's been a part of that, MacGyver's been a part of that, Ashley Kahigis, Jess Gallenbohr, the team has been a part of that. I just want to say shout out and thanks. It's really a cool 20 years of joyful learning piece. We got a couple more nuggets coming to you the next couple months, but for this episode, I just want to shout out the little drips that have been happening along the way. On that note, anybody got a recognition of any joyful learning before I go on to our celebration of our current core value? Any joyful learnings out there that you've witnessed in this last 30 days, you guys? I'm trying to think. Block, I see you.
I do. Our first graders are getting ready for Rumpus in the Rainforest. And it is such an event that if you ask any student who has been here since first grade, they can tell you exactly who they were in Rumpus in the Rainforest. I will tell you, talk to my high school daughter, and she's like, I was a toucan.
Oh my gosh, I was a toucan.
It is one of those things that the students hold. It is so much joy, and they'll come and watch the previews and they'll sing along. No matter how old, you just don't seem to forget that first grade Rumpus in the Rainforest. So it's always nice to see kids getting ready to start that up again and have that joy of just singing and enjoying that presentation.
You're speaking our hearts, because Felix and I both have first graders who are preparing for Rumpus in the Rainforest. So we both have first graders getting ready.
So good.
Are we allowed to tell what our kids are? Or is that a surprise to the thing?
I think it's just us. It's just us here.
Should I say it? Lila, did you find out who yours?
Yes, I know what she is. Yes.
I found out Ray is the toucan, so I realized that this was a big thing. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
Ray's taking it very seriously right now. She's rehearsing lines every night.
Love it.
Serious.
Love it. Hey, any other joyful learning shout outs before we move on to Perseverance team?
Oh my gosh. Can I just shout out? We are working right now on master scheduling, which master scheduling itself at a high school is not always full of joy. It's like a lot of like hard work to get these pieces figured out. But when you talk to teachers about what they're teaching or the classes that they love, there's just so much joy in it as they're like dreaming big. I'm thinking about Mr. Paredes, who's our STEM teacher, who came and was like, hey, I love these classes, but I want to try this out. And we're like, oh, that sounds amazing. I'm thinking about Mr. Rubin, our theater teacher, who I sat with last week and was like, you know, I want to build to this and this and this. And so there's this really joyful aspect of building what we do here at the high school as we are looking for the schedule for next year and the electives that teachers are so excited to offer for our students.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I've heard some puppetry conversations, some marine biology type of conversation, planting revolution, excitement about that next year. Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on. Lots of cool stuff going on. Well, let's do what we do. Let's pivot into our celebration of this month's core value. I don't know who laid out the core values in the order that they're in. I mean, I know we have 10 core values. I know we're roughly in school 10 months. I don't know who said we should start with respect and get all the way around to May and celebrate perseverance, but it certainly makes sense. From an educator perspective, getting to May, if you've ever been an educator, been married to an educator, know an educator, ask them about the term perseverance and in May. Because, right, the seniors have senioritis, the staff has senioritis. We're all trying to get to the finish line of summer, and I think there's a perseverance moment here. So let's celebrate the core value of perseverance and how that manifests at Westlake Charter School right now or anytime during the year. Well, what do you got out there for a perseverance celebration?
I can go. I was using the June core value of reflection, but I have been very excited all year long because the 8th graders are my very first class of kindergartners. So when I started at Westlake Charter School, the kindergarten class are now the 8th graders. And I have such a special place. And I look at some of these kids and I've been pulling up pictures of them in kindergarten or finding things and making these connections with them. I'm like, you have grown so much in these 9 years here, and the perseverance it takes to get from kindergarten to 8th grade, like they keep showing up and doing the hard things and now are ready to just kind of head off onto high school. And so I just have it is a little special place in my heart for these group of kids because they are my first kids who I've seen go all the way through.
That's the last kindergarten class that was not on this campus?
Correct.
Yeah. That is so cool.
Next year's are like the first kids who are, so I have all these cool things, but these ones are where my first year I came here and I've seen them all the way through, and that is just really special for me. But it takes a lot of perseverance, and a lot of these kids have done the testing year after year, and they've done the events, they've done the work, and now are making it to the end of the year in 8th grade.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I don't want to harp on testing again, but like I think when I look at the perseverance definition at Westlake Charter School and the positive decision making, assessing whether you have given your personal best. And I think we talk to kids a lot about like, hey, we're taking this state test. It matters a bunch to your teacher and to your executive director and maybe to your parents a little bit, but it doesn't mean much to you in your grade. But I love when these kids, really assess whether or not they've given their personal best on this state test. It doesn't affect their report card, because that to me is like, doing the right thing when nobody's looking, right? I love that definition of that. Felix, McIvory, you guys got a celebration of perseverance?
I'll let Michaela go and then I can wrap up.
I like thinking of this like my core value award goes to my core value celebration goes to our class of 2026. They're currently our juniors. We are so excited about our class of 2025, our founding class. But I'm going to tell you, this class of 2026 that's coming up is just incredible. They are currently juniors, and junior year has a lot of things to really persevere through, right? They are taking the PSATs and the SATs, and they do CAST testing here. There are only grade level that does CASP testing. You know, the rigor in junior year really steps up. They're challenging and working through chemistry, but this class is so much fun too, y'all. Like, I got to see, we had senior night, and so our seniors are class of 2025 at the boys volleyball game got recognized, but watching those juniors play was just so great. So I am so excited for our founding class and to see them head off into the world, but I'm really excited about seeing our class of 2026 step in to being our senior class. So they are my core value award for perseverance. They are just an awesome class.
What a cool shout out too, because to be honest, right, we spent the last 4 years talking about our first graduating class, and the class of 26 is kind of like, you know, the little brother in the shadow. So great shout out for the class of 26. They deserve the love. All right, let's do what we do. Let's take a look at some upcoming dates. I know it's an action-packed calendar between now and graduation, but let's kick it off. Let's see what we have coming up. Events in the month of April. We start with Monday, May 5th through Friday, May 9th is Staff Appreciation Week.
And Friday, May 16th is our 5th grade shadow day. They get to go and see the 6th grade.
And Monday, May 12th through Friday, May 16th, we'll have Mental Health Awareness Week.
And then Tuesday, May 13th, Thursday, May 15th, and then Monday, May 20th is the WCH Theater 2 showcase at the Black Box Theater. I somehow know that this is one of Dr. Ike's favorite pieces of the year.
Wednesday, May 14th is our kindergarten through 8th grade open house.
Friday, May 16th is our 8th grade dance.
And on Wednesday, May 21st is our Westlake Charter High School open house.
And then our last coffee talk of the year is on Thursday, May 22nd, 8:30 at the K-8 campus.
And on Friday, May 23rd is our K-8 Spirit Day. It is Book Character Day.
And then Monday, May 26th is Memorial Day. We'll have no school that day.
Woo, woo. Okay, here we go, team. Looking at that laundry list of action-packed excitement, which one are you most excited about? Yes, Felix, you got me. I think I'm most excited about the Westlake Charter High School Theater 2 showcase in the Black Box Theater, being a bit of a thespian myself. I love that. What about you guys, Block? What are you looking forward to on that list?
I always love open house. It is such a great chance for us to showcase all the learning and work that is done. And so we invite all our families on campus to come and really see all the joyful learning that's happened this year.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, McIver?
Oh my gosh, I do love open house. I'm going to give a shout out to Staff Appreciation Week and the Wave crew who is coordinating it. Oh my gosh, Felix, your team has been incredible to coordinate with. I think their enthusiasm to support at both campuses has just been so appreciated.
So good. Yeah, great shout out. Yeah, thank you so much. And what about you, Felix? What are you looking forward to, man?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do open house. I was going to do Black Box Theater, Staff Appreciation. So I am going to run with Mental Health Awareness Week. That is a topic that is very personal and it touches my heart for that. I'm glad that we do something around it every year. I can't wait to see what our activities are for that.
I love it. All right, let's wrap up the show the way that we do. Let's do ways to get involved with WAVE. We got our amazing WAVE president, Felix Flores. Felix, what are some ways we can get involved with WAVE right now?
Yeah, I would say there are a few ways. So the first is that by the time this gets out, the WAVE elections will have been completed and we'll know who's part of our new board. But I can predict that there will be a few openings on the board. And so folks that are still interested in actually being part of WAVE leadership can reach out to me directly and would love to have kind of a chat around your interest, the potential to be engaged. We'll have different areas around with the classroom engagement to kind of financial and board leadership. And also there's been a few parents who've just thought up of new ways to get involved that we've thought at kind of as a lead or advisor position versus like a board position. And so I'm excited to kind of get more folks involved with that. Y'all mentioned it earlier, Staff Appreciation Week. And so this will come out the Sunday before Staff Appreciation Week. There's going to be tons of activities every single day at both the K-8 and the high school to get involved with. So whether it is volunteering, donating, putting, a gift together for your teacher, there's going to be a really kind of cool activities each day with a theme. You'll be able to see that in the Westlake Weekly. We hope that everyone can come out for our last WAVE coffee talk and represent. We'll probably have a little incentive or prize ready for folks for that as well. And then just looking a little bit further, we'll have field day in June. And so get your sunblock ready and get ready to hang out with Patrick, Hannah, and the crew as we get ready for field day at the end of the year.
I love it. Well, hey, thank you for the ways to get involved with Wave. Thank you, team, for being who you are. Love this podcast. And thank you out there in the podcast sphere for hanging on this long and listening to our show. Oh, Felix, you got something to add? What do you got, man?
I do. I've got approached by 3 different parents who have loved the Easter eggs at the end of our podcast. So I have one.
Yeah. Get one in there. Go.
So to bring this very much into a human effect. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna put some dramatic music on. What?
Oh, go for it. I love this. This is like, it's almost serene. It's not like dramatic. Anyway, for those that are still listening, whether on audio or video, I'm excited to do this podcast every single month. However, as you probably have heard, every month I'm always usually talking about my kids at some point. And so I just put my daughter down to a nap right before we jumped onto the podcast to give this that human feel. To add to that human feel, if you've watched this podcast, you realize that there is a yogurt stain on my shirt right here. It is not saliva or anything else. And so for anyone that can respond that this was that you noticed the strawberry yogurt stain or heard about it at the end of the podcast, to the email at admin@westlakewave.com or westlakecharter.com. Sorry. We'll get a t-shirt out to you. We've already sent ours out from last month. And so I'm excited to kind of keep our Easter egg trend going.
Okay. So anybody who emails admin@westlakecharter.com and mentions the yogurt stain on Felix's shirt will get a t-shirt. But will the t-shirt have a yogurt stain on it? Are you going to put yogurt on the prize?
If they ask for it, we will give it to them. I'm very much of that customer service, making sure we take care of the people's wants.
It's custom. All right, I love it. We got an Easter egg in there. We got yogurt stain that I didn't notice until now. Now I can't take my eyes off it. We got some dramatic music played in. All right. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for doing what you do to be part of Westlake Charter School. And as always, let's explore.